Okay, so are you ready to blast off?
Huh? Always.
Well, today we are diving deep into the SpaceX Crew-10 mission.
Sounds exciting.
And our launch pad for this deep dive is this really awesome document called SpaceX Crew-10 Launch, NASA Mission.
Okay.
And it is just packed with these really cool details about this whole journey. We're going to see what we can learn about this mission and then, like what it all means for space exploration.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, let's just get into it.
Okay, let's do it.
So the first thing that jumps out to me from this document is the crew itself.
Oh, yeah.
4 astronauts.
Yeah.
Right. And each one is representing a different space agency.
Yeah, that's what really jumped out at me, too. It's a true global team.
It is. It is. And it really makes you wonder, how do they even coordinate something this complex,
Right.
across all those different countries, all those different cultures? You know what I mean?
That's a good point. But I mean, think about the International Space Station, right?
Yeah.
That's their destination. And that thing is a symbol of global cooperation.
Okay, I see what you mean.
That lab orbiting up there, it was literally built piece by piece,
Wow.
with modules contributed by all these different nations. So, you could say this collaborative spirit that built the ISS is the same spirit behind Crew-10.
All right.
These astronauts, they've trained together for years, they've learned each other's languages, built trust, and you need that trust when you're working in such a high-stakes environment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not just a quick trip up there, is it?
No, not at all. This is a major commitment. 6 months they'll be on the ISS.
6 months. Wow. Can you talk about the challenges of living in microgravity for that long? I mean, what does that even do to the human body?
Well, the human body is incredibly adaptable.
I know, right? It's wild.
But yeah, spaceflight definitely throws some curveballs. Even pouring a drink becomes a challenge in microgravity.
Really?
Yeah. Liquids just behave so differently up there. Then your muscles start to atrophy without constant gravity, and your bones lose density. It's crazy.
So what do they do to combat that?
They have these really intense workout routines, and they have to follow special diets.
Wow, I bet.
But it's like a constant battle against the environment of space.
Yeah, it's amazing how much we are still learning about the human body, like how it reacts in these extreme situations.
Totally. Yeah.
I've always wondered about the kind of research they do on the ISS.
Yeah.
What experiments are they running up there that we couldn't do here on Earth?
Oh, tons. The ISS is such a unique microgravity lab. One example that comes to mind is how they study flames up there.
Flames?
Yeah, flames. In microgravity, they burn spherically and at a lower temperature. It's really wild to see. And what they learn from that, it helps us understand combustion in a whole new way. And that's important for a lot of things, like designing safer spacecraft and even improving fuel efficiency here on Earth.
Wow, that's incredible. I never thought of that.
It's really cool stuff.
So how about how they get up there? Crew-10 is hitching a ride on the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. And it feels like companies like SpaceX are changing how we think about space travel.
Absolutely. Private companies, they've really brought this new energy to the space industry. SpaceX especially, they're just pushing boundaries.
It seems like it, yeah.
They're lowering the costs, and I mean, they're opening up so many new possibilities.
Sure.
I mean, think about the Falcon 9 rocket.
Right.
Reusable design. So it launches the Dragon up into orbit, and then it lands back on Earth upright.
It's crazy.
I know. It's like something out of science fiction, right?
Yeah, but it's like routine now. So could you tell me a bit more about this reusable technology? I mean, how does it change things for the future of space travel?
Okay, so imagine if every single time you flew on a plane,
Yeah.
they had to build a brand new plane.
Oh, man.
The cost would be ridiculous.
Right. That's a really good point.
That's basically how space travel used to work before reusable rockets. But SpaceX, they're recovering and refurbishing the Falcon 9's first stage, which cuts down the cost of launches so much. So now space is more accessible for research, commercial stuff, and maybe one day even space tourism.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. So to wrap things up, after this deep dive into Crew-10, what's the one thing you really want our listeners to remember?
Well, I think Crew-10 really represents this pivotal moment in space exploration. It's about global collaboration. It's about what private companies can achieve. And it's a reminder that humans will always push the boundaries of knowledge and explore.
Couldn't agree more. It's a thrilling time to be following all this. Crew-10 really shows us that what used to be science fiction, it's becoming reality.
It really is.
And with that, I'll leave you with a thought. As space travel keeps getting easier, what role are you going to play in this amazing story?
Ooh, good one.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
This was fun.
Until next time.